this lesson, we're going to look at solving an oblique triangle given that you have two sides and an angle opposite one of those sides. So in these cases, solving oblique triangles, we run into a situation where we could have two possible triangles or no possible triangles. And so we have to double check to make sure that our triangles are unique. We'll look more at this in the next section when we look at sign law. So for this section here, we'll just assume that our triangles are unique. Okay, let's go ahead and look at an example here. I have an oblique triangle, and we'll say that this side here is A, and angle A is 50 degrees. The side opposite is 12 centimeters, and the side adjacent is 8 centimeters. So we have one side, another side, and an angle. Now, I'm going to draw a line, a vertical line down from this angle perpendicular to the base. So this is 90 degrees, which means this angle here is 40 degrees. And I'm going to label this H for the height and X1 and X2. Now we can also say that this is angle C and side C and angle B, and then all of this will be side B. Okay, let's start solving. We're going to look at triangle 1 first, so we'll label this T1 and this T2. So looking at triangle 1 first, well, we have an angle and the hypotenuse, so let's find what H is and what X1 is. So the sine of 50 degrees, this is equal to H over 8. So then H is equal to 8 sine of 50 degrees. And for that, we get 8 times the sine of 50 degrees is 6.13. 6.13. Okay, for X1 here, we're going to use the cosine of 50 degrees. This is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So our value for X1 will be 8 times the cosine of 50 degrees. So 8 times the cosine of 50 degrees gives us 5.14. Okay, so we have X1, 5.14, and we have H, 6.13. Now we also have this side here, so we could use either angle B or angle C, and we can calculate those and X2 based on those two sides. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll just use angle C here to start with. So we know that the sine of angle C is equal to the opposite, 6.13, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 12, which means that angle C is equal to the sine inverse of 6.13 over 12. So here we get the sine inverse of 6.13 divided by 12, and that gives us 30.72 degrees. 30.72 degrees. Well, that means if this is 30.72, let's do that a bit better here, 30.72, that means that this angle here must be 90 minus that, and that gives us 59.28 degrees. So then we have angle B is equal to 59.8 plus 40 is going to give us 99.28 degrees. So now we have angle B, we have angle C, and we already had angle A. So now we just have x2, the second side here, to find. So let's go ahead and use Pythagorean theorem to do that. So let's go with blue actually. So we have 6.13 squared plus x2 squared is equal to 12 squared. So that gives us x2 squared equal to 144 minus 6.13 squared is 37.5, I'll call it 37.58. So that becomes 106.42. So x is equal to the square root of 106.42, and that gives us 10.32. 10.32. So now to get side B, we want to add 10.32 plus 5.14, and that gives us 15.46. So 15.46. So now we have all the angles and all the sides. Angle A, angle B, angle C, and then side A, side B, and side C. So side C we already knew was 8 centimeters. A was 12 centimeters, and side B is 15.46 centimeters. Then angle C was 30.72 degrees. Angle B is 99.28 degrees, and angle A we had from the beginning was 50 degrees.